Where do you think the US is going as a whole in the future, especially with this recent incident with Trump?
Well, I mean, that was crazy what took place with Trump. At the end of the day, you know, the world is a stage. There's a lot of superpowers in control. But, you know, history is written by the victors. It's never necessarily written by the person that's correct. So the United States has entered a downfall. Like every empire enters a downfall the moment you begin to print money. So you look at the Roman Empire, when they begin to dilute, you know, their currency, and they begin to insert less precious metals into the formation of the coin, then the empire began to collapse. So what we're seeing now is the destruction of the dollar. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, I don't know, but people are greedy, so the printers get turned on, and inevitably the country collapses because the country's basically built on credit. Banks operate off of credit. I'm staying in the city of London, so I spent some time researching banks, how banks work. And banks are not in the business of deposits. They're not in the business of holding your money. They're not in the business of fractionalizing money. They're in the business of credit creation. So most of the things that are taking place right now in the world are based off of credit creation. The United States is propped up and built on credit. What happens when you can't pay off your debts? The economy comes to a freeze because people can't buy new goods and you enter a recession. Later, you enter a depression. And unless a political situation like what took place went south, you enter a civil war. And that's when shit hits the fan. So we were 5 millimeters away from a civil war. We were 5 millimeters away from the markets absolutely collapsing because everything is pricing in Trump winning. So when you have that priced in and he doesn't win because he's unalived, everything goes to shit. So there's things that are outside of our control. So once you understand that everything outside of your control is going to happen regardless of you, guys, understand that for most of history, there has been wars and turmoil. This idea of like living in peace and that nobody's gonna come and fuck up your shit and take what belongs to you it's an illusion of freedom. It's not real. We see it kind of unraveling. Society is getting kind of crazy. This happens. Read The Fourth Turning. Every 100 years, there's cycles.